lovelies, welcome to my channel. I'm Jennifer. So today we're going to cut this free ground and a ruffle neck. Now to the work table, this is the materials we need here to anchor. Then this is the organza and the lining and the zipper. That's basically all I need for this fabric. Now I'm going to create my flare. Now holding the tip of the fabric, I have to fling it to the other side. Guys, I like creating my flare on a spatial size so that I can achieve the full length of the flare. So you can see I'm doing it on the front side first. Like I'm not doing the front and back together. I'm doing it piece by piece because I want the flare to be a bit fuller. So now I flip it over, okay, ensuring that they are on the same side and on the side is like so. Now I'm going to determine my chest line. From my shoulder to my chest line is 7, so from there I'll mark the circumference of my chest line. That's the circumference of my chest line divided by 4. I'll mark it there and now make a base slant for my armhole. Now I'm going to create my flare, the full length of my gown. I'm measuring it and I drawing the flare. Right, I have to cut it off. So now I'm determining the armhole. Remember, from my shoulder to chest line is 8, so I'm extending my tape to 8 inches. Then I create the remaining 2 inches on the flare side. So I have to trim the excess off. So this remaining inches there is the armhole. So now this is the back side. I've placed the front side on the back. I'm also going to trace it. Now this is my pattern paper for the top part of the fabric. As you can see, there are two. The first one is the back side and second one is the front piece. The back side have my zipper allowance there. So I'll place both of them together and go ahead to measure my shoulder line, which is 7.5 inches. Then at the end of the top, I also measure 7.5 inches and connect together. If you have been watching my videos on this channel, you know this is my style of measuring my armhole to get a correct measurement at the armhole. I'm going to put both of them together and also measure my neck and shoulder line. So now remember that this armhole extends to the main fabric, the flare fabric. So I measure 7.5 and part of it is on the fabric. Now I create my neckline. That's 3.5 inches by 4. You can see. So I'll go ahead to create a shoulder slope like so. So now to my armhole, I'm going to create a armhole curve. All right, my armhole curve. Also remember that this armhole extends to the main fabric, the flare fabric. My armhole I'm using is 9 inches, but my shoulder to chest line is 7.5 plus sewing allowance. So the armhole extended to the main fabric. Now go ahead to cut off the neckline like so. And yes, I made a mistake here. The neckline are not supposed to be the same. The front part is supposed to be a bit higher, but I cut both of them. So I'm going to correct that when I'm tracing it on my fabric. So I go ahead and keep it aside. Now I'm going to work on my front piece. This is the front piece, right? So now I'm going to create my ruffle sleeve. So I'm measuring 2 inches wide on the front piece. I go ahead to mark a straight line. The distance of this is 2 inches. Okay, 2 inches. So I'll go ahead and cut it off. I'm going to make a cut and splash method to achieve that ruffle design. So I'll go ahead to cut it off. I've already labeled it in order to know how to place it, that is not to mix it together. So I've labeled it and also cut it off like so. Now I'll go ahead to place my pattern paper on the main fabric. So I've make a little space of 2 inches distant. I think that's enough for this because I don't want it to be too full at the chest line. So from there I create my neckline with a design. So also create and now remove it. Now I'm not going to remove the armhole side. I also use it to draft the armhole like so. So in order to achieve my armhole. So now this is the back side. I've already traced it. With my fabric. So I'm going to trace it. So now remember I made a mistake on the neckline of the back side. So I'm also going to correct that because I don't want the back side to be low. So I will make it a bit higher with the fabric by tracing it like so. Okay, now that's basically all for the back side. I'm going to keep it aside, right? Keep it aside and now start joining on the fabric. Now this is the back side. This is the one of the back side. I'm going to place it right side facing each other and pin it together. So I'll go ahead and pin it together with my half-inch pin. I just love the combination of this fabric. I mean the color of the organza and the fabric. I think it matched. So now I'm going ahead to take it to the same machine and sew, and also sew the other side of the fabric. So that's the back side of the fabric. So to the front side of the fabric, I've fold it into two in order to determine the center of the fabric. I also fold the organza into two so that they will join at the center. I'll start at the center to join it. All right, now that's the center of the two fabric. So I'm going to place it right at the center of the two fabric. So I'm going to start from there to join it. Now, so I pin it with my office pin. All right, remember placing it right side facing each other. Now pin it with my office pin and pin it to create a bit gathers there. That's why I folded it into two so that half of it will contain on each side. So I'm making a little gather there. So also flip the other side and equally do the same. Then with my office pin, I also create a bit that gathers to create the ruffle effect on the chest line, like so. Okay, that's simple. That's as simple as it is. So now I'm going to work on the neckline. Remember the neckline I use is 3.5 inch. 4 inches wide and 4 inches length. So now I'm going to cut a piece according to that. That's my piece. So the piece I have here is 4 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and pin it together with the neckline, ensuring that the neckline contains in this fabric. How is to also create a gathers there. Also go ahead and make a gathers on the piece to ensure that the neckline also have that gather effect, right? Just watch the video, you understand what I mean. So I go ahead to create the gathers. So I'll go ahead to join the shoulders, the back side, the back piece and the front piece. I'll join the shoulders, both of them. So now look at our fabric, see how lovely it is. It's the back side. I've closed that the zipper area, I've closed it. I'll go ahead and fix the neckline and the zip allowance.